So right now it's about 6 o'clock on Sunday, June 20th. And right now I'm blocking the top of the trunk to make sure it is nice, flat, and straight. With every little imperfection, every wave, every dent, little pinhole, it'll show after paint. So I've been blocking the top right here, and I've been blocking the deck lid itself. And right now I am working on the back side of it, blocking it, making sure it's straight. And I'm also making sure this is nice and flat and straight. I've also been working on these edges some more, make sure they're nice and straight for paint. Hopefully within the next couple of hours I'll be done, and still gotta prime it one more time, sand it with 400 grit, and take the trunk off, put it in my Jeep, and I'll be taking it up to the shop in Jeep. So today is the day that the trunk will finally be painted. Last night I stayed up until 11 trying to prep the spoiler as best as I could. It's not 100% perfect, but I got it the best I could. I put a lot of primer on it. There were so many pinholes that I spent all day filling, and I tried to get as many as I could, kind of filled the rest of it with primer. And I've been having it sit out overnight, not with this heat lamp on, but it's just been sitting here overnight. So we're about to sand it with 400 grit, and hopefully nothing bad happens. I'm kind of nervous. And then we'll be taking my Jeep to my work to transport it there. So be an interesting ride. Hopefully nothing bad happens. All right. Let's get started.
We don't do videos.
Oh yeah, we do all the videos.
Well,
the painter is hard at work here.
You gotta go in like this.
Now it is the end of the day that the spoiler was supposed to get painted. So the spoiler did not get painted today. Let me tell you why. Last night around 10-11 o'clock, I was in a rush to go to bed, and I was in a rush to complete the project. So last night I was spraying away, and I just kept spraying and spraying and spraying, and I know better. I don't know why. I didn't take my time. I should have. I don't know why I didn't. But you're supposed to wait 5-10 minutes between each coat when you're laying primer. I did not do that. I waited about a minute, 30 seconds, to be honest with you. And this is what I get, and I will never be doing that again with a project of mine. I don't do that at work, and I don't know why I decided to do it at home. I should have known better. So today at work, the trunk was stripped because the primer was so tacky and it didn't harden up. Like I said, because it didn't have any time to dry in between coats. So that's what happens when you don't let primer dry in between coats. Now I know, and I won't be making that mistake again. So tonight, I'll be finishing up the rest of the bodywork. It still has a little bit more to go. I have a couple pinholes to fill, and I need to keep stripping away the tacky areas. Not all of it is tacky, but pretty much all of it, unfortunately. And hopefully tomorrow will be the day that it will get painted. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So I'm gonna get to work and I'll keep you updated. So this morning I sanded the trunk with 400 grit, and the primer was a little bit tacky, and I thought it would just harden up later on in a few hours time from then, but sadly it did not. And then at work I did add 1 coat of primer. I thought that would help it, just put an extra coat on it. And I also tried heating it up. Didn't work. But you know what? Lesson learned, and that's alright. And I'm not ashamed of admitting my mistakes, especially on YouTube, because a lot of people like to hate sometimes on YouTube.